counterpunch.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Talk on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Kingsley Emmanuel and I'm very happy to be here this morning to bring you up to speed with the latest revolving around the world of sports. Top on our menu this morning, Nigerian Golf Classic tees off today. And coming in from tennis, Aruna Quadri Meshri for claim tennis titles. And in football, Manchester City break chains in front of 61,000 fans. These and many more will be yours after the short time out. Please stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Telling him not to counterpunch. Telling him not to counterpunch.
Every day, our lives are changed by history,
We are one people, all of us.
leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing. You.
Welcome back to Sports Talk on Atlantic Television Network, and of course we have a lot for you this morning. Joining me on today's edition of the show is Otto Lugard. Of course, he's a sports enthusiast and is here, of course, to share his knowledge on the latest revolving around the world of sport. Good morning to you too.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, let's start the show this morning with preparation ahead of the Olympic Games, as the Minister of Sport Development, Senator John Eno, has reaffirmed his administration commitment to rejuvenate and reposition Nigerian sports. Eno, in a statement yesterday, emphasized the ministry's determination to propel sports in Nigeria to heights of excellence and glory. Further underscored the ministry's dedication to building upon past successes to drive transformation change for the sector, following Nigeria's exclusion from the Confederation of African Football 2023 AFCON officials list. The statement noted that the minister convened stakeholders and declared a state of emergency on officiating. Consequently, a roadmap to rejuvenate officiating in Nigeria was established, including Nigerian match officials in the pool for international competition by FIFA for 2024. Ahead of for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, the minister expressed confidence in Team Nigeria's readiness with athletes securing qualification across various sports and events, including 4 additional Olympic tickets in athletics following successful outing at the World Relays Championship in Bahamas. What do you make of this one? Let's start with the Sport Minister already, John Wanino. What do you make of his progress so far since he took over the affairs of sports in the country?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Mr. President for actually bringing up some men of quality into various positions of managing the sports industry in Nigeria. And with what Senator John Ennon has said, if you watch well, Nigeria football is dwindling, and we are reaffirming to have a good outing at the Olympic. And the officiating, the Nigerian officials have not been selected in any CAF competition. That shows that we are not even doing well in officiating. Our league, you must win at home. That must win at home syndrome has affected the selection of Nigerian officials, the referee, the assistant, and the rest of them. And we need to look into this. We need to rejuvenate, as the minister has said, and need to structure the system. Because if we don't, definitely by 2024 FIFA World Cup, we will not be there. And other subsequent competition. So Nigeria need to restructure and need to bring back our lost glory. We used to be, because right now I don't see if we are still the giant of Africa. We used to be.
Yeah.
And with what the Nigeria Relay has done in Bahamas, that shows that if with proper preparation and good environment, we are still going to make good progress. We are still going to make good progress. So I will call on Senator John Enoch to make sure that his words are put into action and not just saying it because he wants to say it. As the Minister of Sports, he must do more to bring back Nigeria lost glory. Thank you.
All right, so let's see how it goes at this point in time. Preparation in top gear ahead of the Paris Olympic Games, and from what was said at this point in time, Senator John Wanino, the Sport Minister, is trying as much as he can, of course, to put things in place when it has to do with sports in the country. But I don't know what you make of it. There's been top-notch preparation ahead of the Paris Olympic Games that will be coming up in less than a month, as it is. Last time, Team Nigeria participated at the Olympic Games. That was in Tokyo, Japan. They didn't have a very impressive performance. I think they had about 1 silver, bronze medal. What do you make of We're looking forward for a better preparation ahead of the Paris Olympic game and a better representation as well of the country this time around. We found that world record holder in women's 100 meters hurdles, Toby Amusan, has fired notes of warning to her track foes following her imperious form this season. On Saturday, the 27-year-old set the world leading time this year by running a blistering 12.40 seconds at the Jamaican Athletics Invitational in Kingston on Sunday. The race was a recovery from a disqualification setback at the Shanghai Diamond League on April 27, where she was disqualified for a 4 starts, though she ran under protest. Elated by her win in Jamaica, the Diamond League winner in 3 consecutive editions, I believe she is in great form as she faces her title defense and also seek to reach the podium at the Paris 24 Olympics, which will be held from July 26 to August 11. She won the race ahead of Jamaican and world champion Dana Williams, who finished second in 12.46 seconds. Otto, what do you make of Toby Amusan? Impressive performance we saw from her on Sunday, and everyone, of course, is tipping Toby Amusan to at least, win a gold medal at the Olympics. She has not won a gold medal at the Olympics before, but she's been putting up an impressive performance in other tournaments like the Diamond League. You talk about the Commonwealth Games and the World Athletics Championship, but the Olympic Games, she has not been able to put her name on, in the gold medals, category. What do you make of her this time? Taking a look at her performance, you think, this time around she'll be able to deliver gold medal for Nigeria?
I think Amosu has been so confident. If you check her performance, when I watch the Diamond at Shanghai, I was so angry in the sense that you need to see the protest. They knew what Amosu was capable of doing. And what did they do? They had to say she started falsely. And in the protest, when they protested, they said, okay, continue. And that shows already she has lost confidence in that race. She couldn't perform. But just watch at the Jamaica watch this thing. She was able to come up with the record now by running 12.40 seconds. That shows that Amosu is committed to whatever she's doing. Her coaches and the people managing her are in for her to win Olympic gold medal. And that is the ultimate. Amosu is committed and Amosu is consistent. First of all, when you are participating in any sporting activity, even in academic world, you need to be consistent. Without you being consistent, you'll be kicked off the radar. And Amosu has been consistent in the sense that he has been consistently winning her race. And I feel Amosu is one of the sure bets of
promise to maintain the enviable position for the states in sports through the promotion of various sporting activities. The Chief of Staff to the Delta State's Governor, Honorable Prince Johnson Ejo, disclosed this when he played host to a professional cyclist, Ms. Gladys Tombraba from Kugo in Warri North local government area, who visited him with her trainers. Earlier, Ms. Gladys Tombraba had told the Chief of Staff that she was in the government house with her team to seek ways of promoting female cycling in the state, especially to make case for the hosting of a national female cycling competition in the states. Ms. Tombraba, who has won several gold and silver medals in local and continental competitions, including the All African Games, said many female cyclists could be discovered at the grassroots to help grow the sport. This is the case at this point in time, Mr. Otto. Cycling, not really a popular sport in Nigeria. I don't know how you say it. You see this one, coming to being a reality. Taking a look at the way Ms. Tombraba, of course, is going, because she's actually been part of the game. She's done it at the All African Games as well for herself. And she think, she can bring the sport down here in Nigeria. I don't know what you make of it. You think people will buy into cycling in the country? Before now, while we are growing up in the early 90s, when we are kids running around, you see more than 50 to 100, even 200 male and female cyclists
running through the Ikuri Road. All of a sudden, it disappeared. And I asked myself, what happened? Does it mean that cycling is no longer a recognized sport in Nigeria? See, my brother, I keep telling people that Delta State keeps setting the pace when it comes to sports programs in Nigeria. If you watch the all Nigeria game, Delta State will always come up first. They will be at the pole position to win it. Even when before the game will start, you will see the preparation and the readiness of Delta State. They have a very competitive environment. The athletes are not losing focus. So I feel for Delta State to have Miss Tombraba in the cycling side of it. And if you watch, she has won medals, gold medals in both local and continental. So I think with her own distance, she will be able to give Delta State the proper advice on how to go about it. And I know Delta State will not lose sleep on it because they have always excelled in sporting activities, and I know they will key into it and come up with a very good resolution. And you see Delta State excelling in it, and that will help Nigeria Cyclist Federation because they will not export them to the international level, to the continental level, and it will help in boosting Nigeria Cyclist Federation, and it will also help in encouraging the younger ones to venture into it. Imagine the cycling being held in France. We don't participate in it. No. We don't. Then you will never see a Nigerian in that particular place. If a Nigerian participates and you wear the green suit, is it bad? No. At least if the Delta State government can come up with a project, maybe in 5 years' time, we are seeing good cyclists coming out from Delta State. That means it will propel other states to key into it and sponsor people who are ready for it, and we will get a good result. It's all about commitment. If you are not committed in anything you are doing, you are getting nothing. It's all about commitment. Even in the educational sector, if you watch well, during our days as growing children, it was difficult for us, for a child of 5 years, 10 years to read. But now, because of the commitment of teachers and the educational, the academics, you see that a pupil of 5 years is reading. So if you are committed to a particular thing, you get a result. Sure. So I feel the Delta State will come up with it.
All right, let's see how it goes. We hope that Delta State, of course, buy into the idea of Tempreba and see. Now, all eyes will be on Francis Ekpe, Sunday Oladipo, and Camilo Bako as the mastermind night for a convincing outing of the 54-hole second golf classic that is of today at the IBB International Golf and Country Club, Abuja. Coincidentally, Ekpe, who sits on top of Nigeria's ranking order, is the defending champion of the classic and will give other contenders a run for a chunk of the 20 million naira prize money. Also in the frame is Nigerian number 2 player Olapade on account of his 4th place finish at Cameroon Open last weekend. Other contenders include former Nigerian number 1 Kamalu Bako, youngster Okoko, Godwin Kabiru, Mohammed, Marcos Elisha, and George Nalego. The tournament runs on the platform of the Professional Golf Development Tour, which is in its 2nd season. A strong field of 185 professionals and Category 1 and club amateur players will exhibit short making abilities over 3 days in Abuja. The Transact Classic will have the midway cuts after 36 holes, where the top 30 in the professional category will proceed to the classification round along with the club amateurs on Friday, May 7th, 2024. Let's see how that, of course, will go down. That, of course, will be happening down there in Abuja. But let's stay away from that as the Kebbi State Governor, Dr. Nasser Idris, has promised to construct a para-soccer stadium in Beni Kebbi to boost the game and give people with disabilities a sense of belonging. The governor made the disclosure while speaking as the special guest at the final of the para-soccer competition in Beni Kebbi, the Kebbi State capital. Beni Kebbi defeated Jaga 3-0 to emerge champions Idris observed that the stadium, when completed, would not only boost the morale of those living with disabilities, but also serve as an avenue for fishing talent, among them for both national and international competition. Something huge, of course, coming up down there in Kebbi State. The governor trying to put, a stadium for beach soccer down there. What do you make of it, especially for those that are disabled?
Kinsley, if you watch well, I have friends that are disabled. Most of them are doctors, academic doctors. Most of them participate in various political outings, and they don't tend to be intimidated by their physical look. What Kebbi State is about to do, we give, as the report said, sense of belonging to people living with disabilities. It will boost the morale. It will give them that hope that we are going to be part and parcel of the system. If you watch critically well, they have been making requests for them to be included in the governance of not just the state, at the federal level. So in terms of bringing them in, in sporting activities, if you watch Prince Harry and his wife Miguel visited Nigeria, it was over I think a competition was held in Duisburg, in Germany, promoting soldiers who had injuries. That is to show that people living with disability have not really been taken good care of in this part of the world. They have not. The governor of Kebbi State, Nasir Idris, is going to make a huge contribution to those people. One, why do I say that? Because one, these people are going to have a training center. They are going to be represented. You now see that most of the Paralympic people will be coming from Kebbi State.
Yep.
Because they have a system working. Because they have been able to invest hugely on para sports. And that will give them an opportunity of always being ahead of any state. It will give those living with disability in Kebbi State the opportunity to participate in Paralympic, which will now give them the opportunity to feed their family and their loved ones. They will now become breadwinners and no longer a burden to the family and to the society at whole.
True.
So I think other state governors and the sports minister, Senator John, should come up with a program in support of what Kebbi State is about to do. It will promote para sports in Nigeria. It will give these people that, we are not even hopeless. We are not even hopeless. Please, they should do that. I love it, and I will, in any way I can support Kebbi State, I will. Because that is what we want. We want everybody to be integrated into the system. And what is the system? A working system.
And of course, it will be very, the para-athletes, of course, they've actually done well, even more than the able athletes, when it has to do with, amassing medals for the country whenever they go out for global competition. They've done well, but the thing is, the sad part of it is the fact that, some state governments and as well as the sport ministry has not really paid much attention in terms of welfare for these para athletes in the country. I don't know if you actually know the reason why some of these athletes, of course, are not being given that much attention.
That is, if you watch the way I started, I said most of my friends that are disabled are doctors, academic doctors. Most of them are even medical doctors. Some are professors. But still, they will still tell you that there is lack of inclusion. They feel non-included in most of the societal dealings. If you watch, they have been agitating that in the state they are not being given opportunity to be commissioners, special advisor. But recently, the governor of Rivers State just made a lady from LMA his essay. That shows that the agitation is coming to limelight. We should look more into the para sports. Because you rightly said that when they go out for the Paralympic, they make more impact
they do.
Than the able athletes. Now, I will tell you the reason. When you are disabled, You know that whatever thing that will bring something to you, you will do it with dedication and with all zeal in you. I have a friend then when we were in secondary school. She was disabled, but her strength now lies in her brain. She wasn't intimidated because one, she don't have that means of playing like other regular children. All she does is read, 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 and she comes out with a flying colors. So if the able athletes, most of them go partying, clubbing, and the rest of them, and at the end of the day they lose focus. But these disabled athletes are much more dedicated to their work because one, they will say, oh, if I fail, it will be so difficult for me to recover. Nobody will feed me, nobody will give me anything. But if I win, definitely the state government where I come from will recognize me, the federal government will recognize me. Maybe if I get ₦1,000,000 for a good, it will help in boosting whatever thing I'm doing, and it will help in settling down, most especially my family and the rest of them, because they have nothing doing. This is their life, and this is their livelihood. So in a way, we should look into that and see how we can bring out the best in them. And it will also help us. Imagine Nigeria hosting Paralympic. The economic side of it will be boosted.
Sure.
But we are not thinking towards that. Why is it really necessary? It is. If you watch most of the buildings, they are not even making provision for the disabled, which is so bad. That shows that the disabled are being neglected. For what Kebbi State is doing, believe me, you will see the results soonest. You will see the results soonest.
All right, so let's see how it goes. I hope that, this coming from Kebbi State will be able to see the light all for the day. Away from that, we have the London-based Nigerian British boxer, Sheriff Lawal, has died of a head injury sustained during his professional debut. The 29-year-old was knocked down by a blow to the head from Portuguese opponent Malam Berella in the fourth round of a scheduled 6-round middleweight fight on Sunday at Harrow Leisure Centre, London, the UK. According to CBS, the referee waved it off to allow paramedics to attend to Lawal and was rushed to hospital but died. We'll see if may his soul rest in Christ's bosom. And let's move on. As ahead of the Paris Olympic Games, Australia has lined up quality warm-up games to prepare the team for the games. The Uppers are placed in the same group as Nigeria's D Tigers, Canada, and the world champions, United States. And 26 players have been invited to camp, and they have been training and playing local friendly to shape up the team. The Australia basketball on Tuesday morning announced that the Uppers will face Japan in a warm-up game in Sapporo. Taking a look at this one, what do you make of it? Talking about the D Tigers of Nigeria, they'll be looking on against Australia, Canada, and the United States of America in the coming Olympic Games. And this group has been tagged a group of deaths for the D Tigers of Nigeria. Already, Australia, they are prepared already, putting up some friendly games for themselves just to get themselves prepared ahead of the Paris Olympic Games. But for the Tigers, that's the Nigerian female basketball team, they've not done anything. We've not heard of them being camping. We've not heard of them organizing friendly games as it is. And they're in such a group, having likes of Canada, powerhouse in basketball, United States of America, powerhouse in basketball as well, Australia. So what do you make of the preparation for the D Tigers of Nigeria? You think they will survive this group?
Oh, Mr. Kingsley, I told you first of all that early preparation help in everything you do in life. Just imagine the Uppers being the Australia female basketball team is preparing ahead of time. They are playing local friendlies. They have invited 26 players to camp. They have been there playing local friendlies, losing, winning, and seeing their errors. At the end of the day, they are going to work on the errors. Imagine Nigeria, the Tigers being in a group comprises of United States of America, a country known for its prowess in basketball, a country known for its power in basketball. You know, they value the basketball more than any other sports. Yeah. It's just now they are trying to look into their football, this thing. Yeah. And if you watch, Australia is making early preparation because they know what the Tigers can do. Now, what is the Basketball Federation of Nigeria doing?
The NBBF.
The NBBF. What are they doing? They are doing nothing. For me, because I've heard nothing. We should start early preparation. For God's sake, we are not going there to complete the numbers. We are going there to participate, and participation leads to winning. You are not going there to participate for participating sake. You are going there to win your game. And I think it will be necessary for Nigeria to start early preparation. We don't have to sit and say, okay, we'll just go there and we'll just perform and come back. No, we should be among the powerhouse. The Tigers have been able to demonstrate their strength in Africa, and they have been able to demonstrate their strength in the continental games as well. But still, we should start early. If we start early, we'll get the desired result. But if we don't, that means we are heading there for failure. Sorry to say this, but we are heading there for failure. If we don't start early preparation, we are going to face doom in the competition. Imagine facing the likes of Canada. Canada has a very good league in terms of basketball. United States, you don't even need to tell, even the blind and the deaf knows about it. And we are here joking and playing over it. Still boils down to the fire brigade approach of Nigerians. I think we should try as much as possible to change this mentality. It will not help us. Yeah. If we change this mentality, we'll go far in any of our sporting activities.
Talking about early preparation, we saw what Rivers Hoopers, the basketball team in Rivers State did ahead of the Basketball African League, in Senegal. They were able to get, quality players, get themselves prepared before the games. And they went down there, they were able to win, 3 out of, 4 games they played and qualified, for the playoff. And I think for me, early preparation, of course, is for the Rivers State team, talking about Rivers Hoopers at the Basketball African League.
You just said early preparation for Rivers Hoopers, and they were able to get there, win 3 out of 4, and qualify for the playoff. What are we not saying? It's still the preparation we are talking about. No matter how good you are, it's just like the Ronaldo and Messi debate.
Rivers Hoopers actually had 4 wins. They played about, I think, 5 games. They had 4 wins.
4 wins. And, okay, let's just, the Ronaldo and Messi debate. Messi is a talented footballer. Ronaldo is going there because of his hard work and determination. Messi don't need to put in much of the work. But Ronaldo need to put in even 100% of his best to get what he wants. And if you watch, Ronaldo has been motivated by the influence of Messi. And Messi has also been motivated by Ronaldo. So they both work hand in hand in terms of preparation. Let me prepare, I want to beat Ronaldo. That is how Rivers Hoopers was able to prepare to go for the All-African game. And they've been able to come up with a good result. So if the Tigers are not preparing, how do you think they will perform in the Olympic? It's not magic, for God's sake. Yes, they have been able to show Africa that they have good quality, but you are going to face the best of the best in the Olympic. US has the best players around the world, except in a competition, most of the time, luck creep in. You might even play badly and win your match, and at the end of the day, you become champion. But do you hope on luck when you have not even prepared? So in essence, if you don't prepare, you are going to face doom, as I rightly said earlier on. We are going to face doom. Nigeria must be prepared. The Tigers must be prepared. The Minister for Sports must be able to meet up with the requirement and what it takes, the obligation, what it takes for the Tigers to go for campaign. And they ought to have started. Olympic is just a matter of months to go. And we are still here talking about preparation. We should be able to talk about early preparation in all the competition we participate, so that we'll come up with a good result. We have the best team in the Tigers. We have the best assembled team done by this great Rivers daughter. And we should be able to give them that enabling environment to go there and possibly come back with a good result. There's a way you perform and people will say, oh, don't worry, they did well. In example is Nigeria participation in USA 94. Yes, we didn't get to the final or the quarter-final, but we are able to shock the world that we even had the best ranking then, 5th.
Yes.
Up to date, we've not been able to get to that position. That shows that we play the best of football. But right now, we tend to jeopardize our sporting activities because, one, politics is always in there. People will want, coach, I have somebody who I will bring. How do we do it? Okay, just keep advertising him. And the journalists are not helping matter. The sports journalists are not helping matter. You see on the blog, they keep promoting a player. And once the player is invited and the player does badly, they will start harassing the coach, that the coach is not doing well. They are not. So we must be able to give the Tigers what it takes for them to prepare early. The Opals knows the group they are. The Tigers is the champion of Africa, and they are going there as the champion of Africa. And USA is the powerhouse of basketball in the world. So they are going there as the powerhouse. Canada is also doing well in basketball. And the Opals know that this group has been tagged group of death, that they need to participate and come out from that group and not just participating. So the Nigeria Sporting Federation, led by the minister, should be able to call these people, all the federation to order and say, what do you want? How do we go about this? How do we prepare early for us to come up with a good participation? So that we will not just go there and complete the numbers, but we'll go there and come back with a very resounding performance. We should be thinking of that.
Yeah. All right, let's see how it goes. We hope that the Sport Ministry and the NVVF will give the Tigers the best of preparation ahead of the Paris Olympic Games. But away from that, let's talk tennis as Quadri Aruna and Dina Meshrif reclaimed the ITTF African Cup title after winning the 2024 edition at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda. Aruna, the top seed, still fresh from his exploit at the World Table Tennis Saudi Smash, was again unstoppable with a commanding win in the final against Egypt Mohamed Bailey. The one-sided final saw Aruna effortlessly take down the Egyptian with a 4-0 win to emerge as the new African Cup champion after losing the title to Egypt Omoasa in 2018. Aruna reclaiming his title back, from Omoasa this time.
Aruna has demonstrated that he's one that can always go out there, represent, and come back. If you watch his exploit in Germany, and if you watch his exploit in continental competitions he has been able to attend, you know that Aruna is a sure bet when it comes to table tennis for Nigeria. And his consistency has been something that I need to praise him of. Even when he's done, he will come back stronger. So I will congratulate Aruna for his victory, because it's not a mere feast. And I would say he should continue to promote the image of Nigeria in the world table tennis corner, and he should be able to come back with more glories. And the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation should also make sure that they put in more effort to bring up young talent. Aruna soon will be out of the system. So what do we do if Aruna is out of the system? Do you always hope on one person and not talking about the next person? Just imagine if two Nigerians are playing finals. It will be an encouraging move that, oh, we are making it in terms of table tennis. But Aruna has been able to demonstrate that he's capable. After his exploit at the Saudi match, I think we should also think of developing talent, so that when the ones that we know are going out, more persons are coming in to replace them, not just one. We have it. If you watch, the lack of replacement in Nigeria football, as in replacing J.J. Okocha in the midfield, is having an issue. Is really having a great impact on our team, because we don't have a mercurial midfielder who can spread the pass, the killer pass. And that is what I'm still talking about in terms of Aruna in the table tennis sector of it. They should think of the replacement. Aruna in 5 years' time might be thinking of retirement. What is the replacement all about? That's still notwithstanding. Congratulations to Aruna and congratulations to Nigeria Table Tennis Federation.
All right, like Aruna, Meshrifo was at her best after coming back from 2-0 down to defeat her compatriot Miran Abu Dhabi 4-3 to become the new African Cup champion after losing the last two editions in the final. All right, at this point, we'll take a short break and we will come back from the break. We'll move straight to the beautiful world of football. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Telling him not to counterpunch. Telling him not to counterpunch.
Every day, our lives are changed by history,
We are one people, all of us.
leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You are a human trafficker. Telling him not to counterpunch.
You're welcome back. Steve Sports Talk on Atlantic Television Network, and we'll bring you the latest revolving round the water sports this morning. Of course, with Eto Lugat, and together we're looking at the latest revolving round the water sports. Yesterday, Manchester City closed in on an unprecedented fourth Premier League title, and thanks to Erling Haaland's second half double to beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 yesterday, and City moved 2 points ahead of Arsenal at the top of the table with one game left to play, while defeat for Spurs means Aston Villa will finish fourth and qualify for the Champions League for the first time since 1983. What do you make of the encounter yesterday, Otto? Everyone, of course, was saying that...
And we now said, okay, the destiny of we winning the league lies in our hand. But it was unfortunate that Tottenham didn't even play up to what was expected of them. Imagine Son Heung-min missing that one-on-one opportunity with the keeper. And I keep wondering, on a very good day of Son Heung-min, we have thrown away such chance. It's impossible. But I'll tell you, before the match, I saw a press sports being conducted by Sky Sports, and the fans of Tottenham, 54 against 46, 54 were saying they should even feed in the youth team so that Arsenal wouldn't win the Premier League. That shows the rivalry between Tottenham and Arsenal. But it's just unfortunate that they forgot to understand that if they had qualified for Champions League, they would have attracted good players as well. Their revenue would have increased. But they are not looking up towards this end. And Aston Villa capitalized on it. Now Aston Villa has qualified for Champions League since 1983. That is about 41 years ago. And that is a very huge achievement for Unai Emery. That is one thing he has done. He has been able to instill discipline, good football in Aston Villa. And Aston Villa actually took away the title from Arsenal. Because that defeat in Emirates, 2-0, was the key part of the But it's unfortunate. Why am I saying it's unfortunate? Because, one, the boys tried their possible best, and Mikel Arteta has put in a lot of work to see that Arsenal has gone back to where Arsenal used to be, the pride of London. But Tottenham yesterday was something else. And I just feel maybe they have to compromise the game just to make sure that Arsenal, they arrive and don't win the league. But Arsenal will stand in. Congratulations in advance of Man City. But it's not yet over. Because Dortmund last season had to bottle the league, and even at their own home, they drew their match. 2-2. Nobody expected it. I was already saying that, oh, Dortmund has won their league. But unfortunately, they drew in their home, and Bayern Munich won their league. So I still feel there is a possibility of West Ham harming Man City.
But the chance is very slim.
It's very slim, but there is no impossibility in the world of football. There is no impossibility. You might even be surprised that there will be a defeat for Man City that very day, come Sunday. But that's still notwithstanding, I just love the English football. English football tend to give you what you don't expect. Just imagine Aston Villa is back on the fold for Champions League. They were out there before now. Last season it was Newcastle. And possibly this season he never can tell. It might be Brentford that survived the relegation. They will be locking up to see if they can get a Champions League football. That shows the competitiveness of the English league, and that shows that they are ready to actually promote and prepare their league to be at the head of it at every given moment.
But what do you make of Manchester City, the dominance in the Premier League? They're going for their fourth Premier League title in the stretch now.
I have been able to respect the philosophy of Pep Guardiola. He has been absolutely good. He has been able to deliver the Champions League that Manchester City has been aiming to them. Now, if they win the league, it will be a record, winning the league 4 times. Before now, we used to call the French League Farmers League, the German Bundesliga Farmers League, and other places. But now, if you watch what Pep Guardiola is trying to reduce the Premiership to, it's already going into Farmers League. And I hope that West Ham will stop them. I just pray and hope.
All right, let's see how it goes. We hope maybe West Ham will do the needful this weekend. Arsenal, of course, still have to play Everton as well this weekend to see if they can lay their hands on the title. But what if Manchester City wins the league? Will you say Arsenal bottle the league this time around?
I bottle the league this time around. Because, one, if you watch what happened last season, before now, Arsenal has already gone out of it. Because they have to lose to was it Brighton, our home to play. I was checking that they lost against Aston Villa and they draw